Okay, so it's 7 o'clock in the UK. Let's make a start. So, yeah, welcome to the Birmingham Local User Group meeting. This is our 18th meeting. I counted them up today, which is pretty good. So in a couple more, we'll have a party, which I was pretty pleased about because I think I've been to, well, all of them apart from the ones I've missed. What I mean is I've been to them from the beginning, so it's been nice to kind of see it grow. I think the first one we had 15 people, so it's been growing nicely. This is us. So Andy's been doing most of the talking. He likes talking. Myself, I help out from time to time. Neil Parkhurst, who probably everybody in the call knows because he's super famous. And up in the top left-hand corner, Imtiaz, who started the whole thing off, that first meeting with the 15 people. So yeah. Also, by the way, introductions, I wanted to just highlight the fact that these meetings are possible because of an organisation called Dynamics Communities. I'm sorry, this is kind of the boring bit for everybody who's been to these before, but they, particularly the in-person meetings, they sponsor the events. They help us pay for the venues where appropriate, and we get cakes in and sometimes other bits of food as well, and teas and coffees, and they pay for all that. We generally do ours under the banner of D365 UG, but they've got all these others as well for the different parts of Dynamics and related technologies in the Power Platform. Their branding's roughly as confused as Microsoft's on all this. So it's sometimes hard to know which particular meeting to attend, but we've kind of gone for the D365 UG, which is the big daddy, I guess. And the way that they're able to do that is because lots of good people sign up for membership. And sort of single membership is pretty expensive, but if you do it through your company, it turns out to be the same cost as something like 4 members or something like that, and then everybody can join. I can't remember the exact numbers. But as well as being able to join the meetings, you get access to a whole bunch of webinars, which are always being recorded, again, by people like Neil and Andy, who you do some, right, Andy? Just nod.
Sort of very occasionally.
Yeah. So you get to benefit from their expertise. Sort of lots of other MVPs doing stuff on there as well, and they give discounts on. They do some couple of good training courses. So I did one years and years ago, black belt in Dynamics. So you kind of work through your different color belts until you're a black belt and a super professional at Dynamics admin. Yes, of course, and access to discounts at events like the summit event that we've just had as well. Academy training is kind of much more in-depth stuff. These are pay-for courses, but you do get a discount off them, and they can help you, particularly if you're trying to train up, as I think a couple of people have said on the call already. That can be quite a good way to get some really focused attention. You can go to lots and lots of online events and hear people talking about stuff, but sort of a led course is obviously a pretty good way to get through stuff as well. I guess the on-site training part, I guess, is a little bit less at the moment. Now, normally about this part, we kind of have a list of events up, but actually I thought this time around I'd just kind of draw your attention to this thing, which is, I guess, is it Microsoft sponsored? It certainly has plenty of Microsoft people involved, and they're trying to record as many.
It's just Chris.
Is it just Chris? Okay, but
yeah, so, Chris and I and Larry as well, who's on the call.
Okay. Trying to record together all of the different events that are happening all around the place. So it's probably a little bit short, but you should be able to see hours on here somewhere. There we go. D365 UG Birmingham's on there. And the Bespoke Badger, which many people attend and stay into the wee hours of the night every Thursday, having virtual beers together. Talking about, I guess you talk about some community stuff, right? From time to time, but also princesses and badgers and other bits and bobs. So virtualeventhubs.com is a pretty good place to go to find out stuff that you can attend. And Dynamics Communities themselves also run a number of conferences. They've got them, they kind of still have them badged as physically located around the world, but they've got usually one on every couple of months or so. So if you go to dynamicscommunities.com/conferences, you can find those. Andy, are there any other than the London one in a couple of weeks? Are there any others we should be drawing to people's attention? I think there's one in Cambridge.
No, so yeah, I that one isn't kind of fixed in yet. So if you go to d365ug.com/UK, now and again, you'll be able to see the events that are coming up. So we talked about a little earlier, we've got one coming up on July the 27th, which is open for registration, and the agenda is up on that. But there is also a couple of events that are in the planning for September. So Cambridge is looking at doing a virtual event, and also a new group, which is around Southampton, is setting up at the moment. Obviously, location doesn't matter too much right now, but actually Southampton, they're thinking of doing an in-person event because their event space is quite large, and they could do a nice socially distanced in-person event there as well. So keep your eye out for that. That'll be towards the end of September. But if you just remember to go to d365ug.com/UK, you should see the registration page for that. And also you'll get sent emails when that gets set up and things like that.
So that might be in first person, but I'm guessing they're not going to be providing cake, which means I'm out.
No, there will be cake.
Really?
Carl Cookson, who's on the call, is going to get involved in that one. He can take care of the cake situation, I'm sure.
I might
Not
go
that I'm
you
saying
cake
if
if you
you're a
come.
cake aficionado, but that'll get Craig through the door.
It's all about the cake for me. Yeah. Hence my reluctance earlier about, because if I'm preparing a DevOps type talk, then I might be too nervous to actually eat cake. So it's tricky. All right. Anyway. Yeah, I'm not quite sure why we put the slide in, but if you have something you want to contribute back to the community, you can do that by going to experience.dynamics.com/ideas and put it in there. You'll probably find it's already in there, and you can just upvote it. So that is a reasonable way to kind of make an impact in what's going on in the world of Dynamics. I also just wanted to remind everybody we do have a little Birmingham Twitter group. We don't post too much on there apart from upcoming meetings, but that's a pretty good way to find out about what's coming. More on community contribution. We are always hoping to kind of get new people involved in speaking. So Cheryl are you speaking for the first time today? Cheryl, is that?
Yes, I am.
Yes,
So is
okay.
Dawn.
After many requests. Oh, yes, of course, yes. So it's pretty easy. You just ask, and then we will agree, pretty much. And as Andy said, you can also kind of set up a group yourself. So the Southampton group is new. I think there's another one in the planning as well. So you can put these events together and help people find out more about Dynamics and Power Platform that way. Okay, so that's me done for the welcome introductions. Next, we've got Dawn Ripley and Cheryl Netley talking on working agile with scaled agile framework. Then I think we'll have a little rest break or go and get some beer break. Then Carl and Ryan will talk on migrating workflows to Power Automate. And then we'll have a little close at the end. We're going to try and get some feedback from you guys so the speakers know what an awesome job they've done. And also going to give just a little some information on a Power Automate course. Once Carl and Ryan have wetted your whistle, then we've got some details on a course you can attend and a prize for anybody, a potential prize for anybody that submits feedback. There's only one prize, so that's our bribe to get you to give us some feedback. And then after that, we're going to kind of stick around online for a little while so that we can have a bit more of a chat and close out when everybody gets fed up and leaves. So with no further ado, over to Cheryl and Dawn.